Season 1, Episode 1, Ren. The girl with the mark. Iroi. Everything changes the moment fear enters a person's life. One minute, Ren is trying to protect the people she cares about. The next, she finds herself standing at the center of a mystery that nobody fully understands. What makes this story so fascinating is that the danger doesn't arrive with a warning. It appears suddenly, without giving anyone time to prepare. The people around Ren have heard stories their entire lives, stories about strange powers, ancient spirits, and individuals marked by forces beyond human control. Most people treat these tales as terrifying legends, the kind of stories whispered behind closed doors. But legends become far more frightening when they suddenly become real. As strange events begin unfolding around Ren, confusion quickly turns into fear. Nobody seems to have all the answers. Every new discovery only creates more questions. Why are certain people so desperate to keep secrets hidden? Why are ancient powers connected to so much fear? And why does it seem like everyone already knows something terrible is about to happen? These questions hang over every moment, creating a feeling that something much bigger is moving behind the scenes. What makes Ren different from many heroes is that she never asks for any of this. She isn't searching for power. She isn't chasing adventure. She simply wants life to stay normal. She wants to remain close to her family, protect the people she loves, and continue living the life she has always known. But fate has other plans. The moment mysterious forces enter her world, normal life begins slipping away. The safety she once relied on starts disappearing piece by piece. The most heartbreaking part is watching how quickly fear spreads. Fear changes people. It makes them suspicious. It makes them question everything they thought they knew. Someone who was trusted yesterday can suddenly become an outcast today. Someone who was loved can suddenly become feared. This is exactly the nightmare beginning to surround Ren. The people closest to her are forced to confront something they do not understand. And throughout history, people have often feared what they cannot explain. At the same time, rumors surrounding the marked ones make everything worse. Their reputation comes long before the truth. Stories describe them as dangerous, unpredictable, and connected to powers that should never be touched. Whether these stories are true or not, almost doesn't matter. Once fear takes hold, people stop looking for facts. They start looking for threats. And when a community believes a threat exists, panic is never far behind. What makes the situation even more tragic is that Ren remains the same person inside. Her heart has not changed. Her intentions have not changed. The people she cares about still matter to her. Yet the world around her is beginning to see something different. Instead of seeing Ren, they see the mark. Instead of seeing a friend, they see a warning. Instead of seeing a frightened young girl struggling to understand what happened, they see a symbol connected to ancient fears. And that is where the real conflict begins. Because the greatest danger may not be the mysterious power itself. The greatest danger may be what people are willing to do because they are afraid of it. Every decision from this point forward becomes more difficult. Every relationship is tested. Every promise becomes harder to keep. Ren finds herself trapped between two impossible choices: stay and risk bringing danger to everyone she loves, or leave behind the only life she has ever known. But while everyone focuses on the mark, another mystery quietly grows in the background. What exactly caused this transformation? Was it truly an accident? Or was something far older and far more powerful guiding events toward this moment all along? The deeper we look into the story, the harder it becomes to believe that everything happened by chance. Hidden secrets, forgotten histories, and ancient forces appear to be connected in ways nobody fully understands yet. And if that is true, then Ren's transformation may be more than a curse. It may be the beginning of something that could change everything. As the reality of the mark begins to settle in, the story becomes less about what happened to Ren and more about what happens next. That shift is incredibly important because the mark itself is only the beginning of the problem. The real challenge is learning how to survive in a world that already believes it knows exactly what a marked one is. Long before Ren ever encountered this mysterious power, countless stories had already shaped people's opinions. Those stories created fear, and fear is often stronger than the truth. What makes this stage of the journey so intense is the uncertainty. Nobody can clearly explain the limits of the power now connected to Ren. Nobody can guarantee what will happen tomorrow, next week, or even in the next hour. Every strange feeling, every unusual event, and every unexpected change becomes another reason to worry. Ren is forced to question herself constantly. Is she still the same person she was before? Can she trust her own actions? Can she protect the people she loves? Or is she becoming the very danger everyone fears? These questions create a powerful emotional conflict. Physical threats are dangerous, but internal battles can be even worse. Ren isn't fighting a visible enemy standing in front of her. She is fighting uncertainty. She is fighting doubt. And most importantly, she is fighting the fear of losing herself. The possibility that something ancient and mysterious could influence her future is enough to make anyone terrified. Meanwhile, the world around her continues moving forward. Rumors spread faster than facts. People begin forming opinions without understanding the full story. Some may believe the mark is proof of corruption. Others may see it as a sign of destiny. A few might even believe it represents something far more important than either side realizes. This division creates tension everywhere. The mark becomes more than a personal problem. It becomes a symbol, and symbols have a way of changing entire communities. Another fascinating element is the mystery surrounding the ancient powers connected to the mark. Throughout the story, there are hints that history may not be as simple as people believe. Legends often survive for generations because they contain pieces of truth. Over time, those truths become mixed with fear, exaggeration, and misunderstanding. The result is a history that nobody fully trusts, yet nobody completely ignores. Ren's situation forces everyone to revisit those old stories and ask a difficult question. What if the legends were wrong all along? This possibility changes everything. If the mark is not exactly what people think it is, then the assumptions guiding their actions could be leading them toward disaster. Entire groups of people may be acting on incomplete information. Powerful leaders may be making decisions based on fear instead of knowledge. And if that is happening, the consequences could reach far beyond Ren herself. At the same time, the emotional stakes continue growing stronger. The people closest to Ren face impossible choices of their own. Loyalty becomes difficult when fear enters the picture. Trust becomes difficult when uncertainty refuses to disappear. Everyone wants answers, but answers are exactly what nobody has. This creates an atmosphere where every decision feels risky, and every mistake could have serious consequences. Perhaps the most important theme emerging from this part of the story is identity. Is a person defined by who they are, or by what others believe them to be? Ren's struggle forces this question into the spotlight. The mark may change how the world sees her, but does it truly change who she is inside? The answer could determine the direction of her entire future. As these mysteries continue to grow, one thing becomes clear. The mark is connected to something much larger than a single individual. Hidden forces appear to be moving behind the scenes. Old secrets are beginning to surface. Long-forgotten histories may soon be revealed. And if those secrets finally come into the light, the truth could be far more shocking than anyone expects. Because sometimes the most dangerous curse is not the power itself. Sometimes the most dangerous curse is the lie people have believed for generations.